Thank you for the opportunity, which makes me even happier to be here with two colleagues and friends from the Governing Council, Mario and Yannis, with whom we have very close cooperation. Let me start where Mario left things off in terms of the banking sector and recent lessons learned from it. Ensuring a robust and resilient banking system is pivotal to address the effects of crisis and for banks to provide financing to SMEs, which is essential for economic growth, especially in Europe. And secondly, policymakers and supervisor actions help mitigate negative effects and support growth. And this is why the banking sector entered both the COVID crisis and the effects of the war in a much better position and in a much healthier position than previous crises. Mario touched upon challenges of banks. Let me try and name three of these. Firstly, it's urgent and critical for the banks to emerge from the pandemic as well as the war effects in a healthy state in order to provide financing that is the fuel for economic growth in Europe. COVID is not over. Nobody knows what the future variants may be and what the impact of that would be on clients of banks and hence the balance sheets of banks and their ability to finance the European economy. A second challenge is to address structural weakness through digitization and enhancing governance. It was talked in previous panels, fintech and big tech are already here. And banks need to address their comparative cost inefficiencies through digital transformation. Such fundamental transformation requires appropriate, adequate governance arrangements as well. The third one, Mario talked about it, is climate risks that need to be fully incorporated in banks' risk assessment frameworks and procedures. The impact of the invasion in Ukraine on commodity prices is felt by all of us, and this is becoming a catalyst for green policies, and this creates channels of risks for the banks through their exposures to sectors with heavy environmental footprints and in parallel to sectors that are susceptible to physical hazards. Let me zoom out now and go back to the macro level. Both Yannis and Mario already talked about it, which is the need for low and stable inflation rate, because that's needed for good investment decisions and planning from corporates, which is the engine for economic growth. So we had the COVID impact through the supply chains on inflation, and that has been exacerbated immensely through the impact on commodity and energy prices from the war. Hence, at the ECB Governing Council, we have been normalizing our monetary policy since December. We stopped all unconventional measures. APP bond purchases ended on the 1st of July. And we have already given forward guidance in terms of our intention for a rate increase in July and also in September. As has been mentioned, we are also working and we have been discussing extensively the formation of an anti-fragmentation tool, which is essential for the smooth transition of monetary policy throughout Europe. Let me conclude. We are living in times of uncertainty and a changing global terrain, and these changes that we are witnessing will be lasting. They are not transitional changes. We need to be proactive, we need to be coordinated, and we need to be united. And I'll finish with a quote from the Ionian philosopher Heraclitus. I'll try the ancient Greek version first. Τα πάντα ρει μηδέποτε κατά ταυτόν μένειν. Nothing is constant except change itself. Thank you.